All right, guys, welcome to The Motive, where we discuss a reason for doing something, especially one that is not obvious. We're here with the captain himself today, Captain Morgan Creagan Barry, to share a little bit about his secret sauce and what he does and what his success is like, and just hear some, some good tactics, some good strategies that you use.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining, man. I appreciate it. I know
yeah,
you're a
yeah,
rock
yeah.
star. I know you're killing it. And I know you have your own strategies and everything that you do yourself that you try to share and teach other people too.
Yeah.
What,
Well,
what,
we're working hard, man, just like everybody else is. And you did the classic, what a lot of people mess up. It's Captain Mortgage, not Captain Morgan. It's
Man,
I
okay, all
know a
right,
lot
you're
of people
right.
do it.
Yeah.
It's
Let me
okay though. I'm
start
not
that
trying to
over.
get.
Hey, this Captain Mortgage, Creganberry. I guess
Good
I'm
to see
thirsty.
you.
I don't know.
Good to see you. Good.
Yeah, exactly. Captain
It's a pleasure
Mortgage.
to be here, Jared. We just kind of technically met on one of the national masterminds with our business coach here at American Financial. So, joining that the Top Gun and Mastermind and Mortgage Mastermind at AFN has really afforded me a great opportunity to meet so many like-minded people to really not just help my business but help my brand and really just help me elevate my everything with my business in my mortgage side and personal and everything, technology, AI, like we were talking about before, and everything like that.
Yeah, it's all doable on your own, but definitely the more people that you have help and mentor and everything else, you mentor and mentor yourself. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to get a lot farther, a lot quicker.
For sure. I love to teach too. That's part of my stuff. I like to teach. I like to teach not just, my clients obviously and teach referral partners, and I like to learn from my other mortgage bankers and teach them stuff that I know too. Yeah,
Yeah.
knowledge is power.
Hey, teaching it is you retain the most of what you learn and retain the most by teaching it, right? So
For sure. For
it only
sure.
makes you better to share it and to teach it with other people. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so let's roll into it here. I wanted to, first off, give you like the Reader's Digest, the cliff notes on your story, for example, how you got started, how you got in this business, and how you got to where you're at now.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, I'm in my early 40s. I'm from Norfolk, Virginia, Virginia Beach. Ocean View specifically is the small town that I'm from. We're the world's largest Navy base, and we have four branches of the military, a lot of government spending here. So even during the bubble back in '08, we still had our own little cocoon. We didn't literally lose everything like some areas. So we're very blessed in that regard, which we always have people PCSing, moving back and forth. So we do have we have a strong real estate market. And that being said, the rental market is strong as well. So there's active investors and things of that sort. It's really made me well-rounded from not just a VA loan standpoint, but from an investment loan standpoint and all the things. But really, to answer your question, how I got here, man, I mean, like I said, I'm from Norfolk. I went to Granby High School and graduated from a community college, and then graduated from Old Dominion University. While I was doing all that, I was a working professional. I worked in restaurants from 14 years old to 22. I feel like I got a lot of who I am today because of that.
People skills.
Correct, man. And it was a fine dining restaurant too, so that really helped out as well. Uh, Aside from that, I worked. I got a job as a merchant mariner. I was a merchant marine for 10 years of my life. 2 years I sailed on big ships. 8 years I sailed in the local harbor here in the Chesapeake Bay. And I was an engineer predominantly all 10 years. And then I got a job at Norfolk Naval Shipyard in nuclear compliance. I mean, that's kind of where my compliance and stuff, all that came from, and engineering background. And, I finally found a job where I can make over six figures as a salesperson and kind of utilize not just my extroverted personality, but able to utilize my engineering skill set and compliance background to be able to review documents and be methodical. And, we always say, think like an underwriter, right?
Right.
And,
I'll
I had
watch
the
what I say,
opportunity.
knowing that you got a compliance background. So yeah.
Well, I can see the gray area and everything. The naval nuclear compliance documents are written very similar to VA and FHA guidelines. They're up for interpretation.
Gotcha. We're gonna stop the
Anyway,
recording at this point. Just joking.
yeah, no, it's all good, man. But yeah, so either way, my wife, she's a mortgage banker as well. She brought me into the industry, and I was blessed enough to come into probably the worst time ever to get into mortgages. Well, the best time ever, and then now the worst time ever, supposedly. And still just try to be prosperous. But it's one of those things where we just, I work hard. It's no different than just showing up, working hard, being intentional with your actions. And if you're not intentional with your actions, then what are you really doing?
Yeah. Well, that's the best thing. Outwork everybody else. That's my belief system too. How long have you
Yeah.
been? When did you get in the business? How long ago?
December of 2020. So, been in 4 years. My first year, I think I did like 5 million, pretty much all refis, obviously. And then the last 2 years, I'm right at 12 million. So for all you MMIers out there that want to look me up, I don't bullshit on my numbers. It's nothing great. It's nothing terrible. So,
That's
but
awesome,
either
by the
way,
way, in this market. If you're busting that out and you're hitting those numbers right now, that's awesome, man. Congratulations.
yeah.
That's more than people that are getting fed the leads after lead after lead after lead are doing in some cases. And I know you have a different strategy anyways of getting it. So different than
Well,
I do, and probably more
yeah.
profitable and better way. So
Well, there's more than one way to skin the cat. I'm a big and firm believer of that. Just because something semi works for me doesn't mean it's going to semi work for you. And I say semi works because I'm not crazy busy where I can't even think straight. If I was crazy busy where I couldn't even think straight, I'd be like, okay, yeah, this shit's working. But unfortunately, I'm not crazy busy, but that's why we have to do all the extra things, not just the things that I do, but you have to do the extra things like the calls and, all the things. But to get down to, I think where you were alluding to is what's my secret sauce, right? What do I do?
exactly. Let's hear it from you,
So
from the guy doing it all here.
yeah, so my coach calls me a master networker. My mentor calls me a master networker and a master relationship builder. And that's really what I do. I try to build relationships with people and try to really just go off that. Anybody can answer the phone. Anybody can really be trained to do alone, but not everybody can train to be really good at relationships and building relationships and sustaining the relationship. So one of the big things is I do is I try to host classes. I try to host I host classes. I host networking events. Try to be intentional with the different events that I do. I utilize social media. I utilize social media to not only promote the classes, but to promote myself, promote my brand, promote Captain Mortgage. The
It's
funny
not
story
Captain
is
Morgan, by the way. That's Captain
that's
Mortgage.
Captain Mortgage. So funny story behind Captain Mortgage is I promote this local boat club. They're nationwide. It's called Freedom Boat Club. Anybody that's near a lake or a water might have heard of them. It's a great club to just go out on the water. You don't own the boat. You just go and hang out and drive the boat, do all the things. And I was promoting the boat club because I love the owner. And I was getting more calls about this damn boat club than I was mortgages because I was promoting it so much on the internet. So I was sitting with my office mate one day. I said, "Man, what do I got to do, Jay? I gotta figure something out. I'm getting more calls for the boat club." We just started masterminding and talking. 20 minutes later, and he just blurts out, "Captain Mortgage." I look at him. I'm like, "That's pretty good, man."
What's
And
gonna stick?
long story short, I asked 10 people later, 10 people over the next couple of days, and 10 out of 10 loved it. Literally, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"All right, well, here we go. We're going to start branding it." So
Yeah.
I anybody that does social media content, they say, don't start it with, "Hello, my name is," "Hello, how are you doing today?" They say, give you the hook, right?
Right.
The hook of like, are you trying to buy a home, but you are on the fence of trying to buy a home? Something like
Yeah.
that.
Whatever the hook is. Right.
And, they had all these great guys, Gary V, Alex Hormozy, these billionaires, and the billionaire lady with the makeup stuff. And forgive me, I don't remember her name. She was amazing. Amazing story. She was on Shark Tank. Like, she's amazing. She's super, super wealthy. And all these people, all these great people to talk and all the things, but it's like you hear all these things that they talk about, but if you don't implement anything, what are you doing? So that's one of the things I'd love to do is I'd love to bring in a speaker like them.
You find people that are super skilled at something that can share valuable
Correct.
knowledge, and it sounds like you bring them together, and like you said earlier, you're the network master, if you will, right?
Yeah. Between now and probably the end of May, I've probably got maybe 6 or 7 events, whether it's a webinar, whether it's in class, or whether it's a networking event. So I'll just go down the list and just pepper you with the things that I've done right now, or I have in the works. So next week I have a Reels training class, how to shoot Reels. Am I teaching it? No. I've got a lady that works for a title company. She does business development, and she does, her Reels are great. They're not all business related. There's some dumb stuff with her girlfriends and all the things. I say dumb stuff. They're cute dumb stuff, right? And,
We
and
love dumb
and
stuff.
but she also is intentional with shooting it for promoting the title company. But she's really good at with her reels, and she's created her brand shooting these reels on both sides of the aisle there. So I have her coming in to teach this reels class. The class is a capacity of like 20 where we're hosting it at. We've got 30 people signed up to say they're going to come. So I'm hoping 20 show up, because if we got more, I'm going to get yelled at by the people that host it. But anyway, bad or good problem to have, right?
Yeah,
So
that's a good one.
that's next week. What's coming up? Where are we at? We're in March Madness, aren't we? We're in March Madness. So what am I doing the first Thursday on Thursday the 20th? I'm hosting a March Madness tip-off networking party. I did one last year. We had about 35 people come out. It's a very low cost. Let me circle back. The first one, no cost to anybody. I don't need people to pay any money. That's the biggest thing is so many people in our industry on both sides always have their hand out. We have our hand out to the homeowners insurance people. Realtors have their hand out to us. And the title people, people got their hands out to the title people to try and get money to host these events, to do these networking events or these client appreciation, all that. I try to do things for as minimal as possible, but still is nice. We try to make it nice. And it's not just me. My wife is a huge help as well.
Mm-hmm.
She's a marketing master. A lot of the stuff that we do, she comes up with and I help execute it. But a lot of the stuff that's on my plate right now, I just learned. She's taught me, right? Either way. So March Madness coming up, doing that event. All we're going to do is we're hosting it at a local pizza joint that's also a sports bar, kid friendly, in the middle of the town. It's called Town Center, Virginia Beach. Very easy to get to, lots of parking. These are the things you have to worry about and think about when you're hosting these events, especially at a restaurant. Is there parking, especially in a town, in a city? Is there parking? Is there enough room? Is there all the things? Is the restaurant prepared for you to pepper them with 40 people that's about to come in through their door on a Thursday afternoon? You know, it's all setting reasonable expectations for everybody. It's just another way to get in front of our sphere.
Like running the paid ads, basically, to
correct.
In the local
and it's
area.
nothing crazy expensive. We're not spending hundreds of dollars, dude. It's not, because we can hone it down to, as you know, I'm not here to teach how to run ads, but or not teach.
Yeah, you can get down to a few bucks a day, I'm sure, if it's a small territory, small neighborhood, whatever.
Yeah, correct. It's not crazy expensive. And if you don't know how to run Facebook ads, please reach out to a digital marketer because they're going to really help you out. And you can for sure learn it on your own. But why not pay a digital marketer to teach you how to do it, and then you go and do it? Which leads me into another event that I've done in the past, which I haven't done recently, and I'm probably going to do maybe in September or so. I have a guy that teaches AI, but he also teaches how to use AI and paid advertisements on social media to build your brand and get more leads and close more deals. And this is not just real estate related, this one here. This is all businesses. So we open that up to all businesses, all small businesses. It's a great one. So I'm giving you a couple of nuggets of different things that you can do to host, and you're not the one up there teaching the PowerPoint. You're literally just bringing people together. You have the resource. It's a symbiotic relationship because you're the host, you're the face. You're bringing this guy or this girl in to come and teach what they know. Everybody looks good. Everybody's happy.
Yeah. Like I said, being a master connector is the biggest skill. I know people whose whole business, their millions and millions of dollars of success is just because of people they know, just connecting the dots, basically. So
yeah,
that's a great.
And then brand your stuff, man. Wear your brand. Wear your brand. Wear your brand.
I'm wearing my
exactly. Wear your t-shirts, man.
A brand day. I need my my cough.
Yeah.
My pineapple cup. Does that matter? Does that apply?
I gotta see that shirt, bro. All I see is a mortgage banker crying right now in my head.
It says, I don't sleep till your loan funds.
That's great. I love it. That's awesome. The grass is green where you water, brother. You already know.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I wanted to get back. So back to the events that you do.
Yeah.
How many of those do you do a year, would you say?
I mean, I'd say on average, probably 2 a month. We'll just call it 2 a month.
Okay.
Because I'm in my grind. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, I was saying like 20, 25 a year, probably you're busting out there.
Sure. Between me and my wife, because like I said, we work on the same team, but we don't work on the same files, but we are definitely a team. We just hosted an event in February, good February event for all you, client appreciation event at a local skating rink. Huge area. It was not crazy expensive, not to get into the details, but it was not crazy expensive because we negotiated like, hey, we're going to pay per head that comes in the door. And they gave us unlimited pizza, unlimited soda, and unlimited skating for every head that walked in the door. Then this is the one event that we did get some sponsorships. We had probably 5 or 6 sponsorships. People. We had a termite. We had a Cox Cable guy come. We had homeowners insurance. We had a guy that sells mini splits, and he's been super successful for whatever that's worth.
HVAC is always good.
He's a good friend of mine too. We had a roofing siding company that I have a personal relationship with that actually did my roof on my house, who I highly suggest. And then Freedom Boat Club. So once again, we had sponsors to help offset half the cost. So it was cool. It wasn't that big of a cost for us. The honest truth is we closed one loan out of all the people that came, which we did. Obviously, they're past clients and referral partners, and it way more than pays for what we that event costs, right?
Yeah.
So people throw all these things. Oh, well, I did this newspaper ad, or I did the back of the. I had a friend of mine that owns this very small car dealership. He said, "Oh, we did these ads on the back of the receipts at Harris Teeter. We saw no ROI. We did something else. There was something similar to that. We saw no ROI." And I said, "Brother, I will literally write the script for you, and I will come shoot the video, and I will bust out 5 videos for you to post on Facebook social media ads. I won't mention my name. It'll just be my face, and I'll shoot all the things. I'll do it all for you." He said, "Well, I can pay you to do that." I was like, "Brother, I love you. I'll come do it for free. I'll give you 2 hours of my time because I want to see you win." Right?
Yeah.
So
Well, that's a bit to me over the years. I've noticed, especially with business people and partners or real estate agents or whatever it is that you're pulling in. If you could be a pro marketer, you're going to have an advantage over them because everybody sucks at that part.
yeah, I love being on camera, man. I don't, I don't mind it. I put me on camera. Let's do it. I was at the Realtor Association 2 weeks ago, and the lady checking us in at the Realtor Association, she literally said, "What's up, movie star?" Hey, I don't know the lady.
That's what you want, man.
I'm sure I
That's
met her.
what you
Couldn't
want
tell
is
you
to
her
be
name.
omnipresent where everybody knows you, right? I really like the metrics and everything. I know, like, I really dial that in. I mean, do you kind of run those numbers to see what your ROI is? Is most of your business coming from this first off? And then are you looking at like, hey, I put $500 into this event and 6 hours of my time and it resulted in,
Yeah.
4 apps and
The
2.
hardest thing to do is to put an ROI on business development. Yes, you ask any business development person out there, big corporate business development, they're going to want you to put an ROI on each action that you did this week, right? And that's the hardest thing about corporate sales, I think. I was never in corporate sales, but I've got friends that were in corporate sales, like one worked for United Rentals, for example. Huge company, nationwide.
Right.
And that
Right.
was part of the
Right.
reason she left, because it was corporate sales and she was killing it. She had 2 huge projects she was managing and all the things, and she literally quit, left a 6-figure job because the corporate sales was not for her, because they made her get an ROI on everything that she did, and she was burned out. So that being said, it's really hard, man. The true ROI is really hard to capture. But in that scenario, I closed 4 deals. They're all VA deals. They were all probably, I think one was 275. Everything else was well over 300
Yeah.
or over
But yeah,
300.
exactly. I mean, you can capture an ROI on all that stuff if you want to, but
Yeah.
maybe you don't care about it. Maybe it doesn't matter because it's just doing business and it's working. Like you said, you're not overworked right now. I mean, the only reason you want to capture that is say, do I do more March Madness events? Do I do more escrow events, or do I do more ask the
You
fill
do
in the
them
blank
all.
events?
That's the
But you
answer.
can
I
do them
do
all
them
and they're
all.
working and you're getting the volume you want. And that kind of goes into some of the points I wanted to touch on, or what I usually like to touch on is like what you're doing, right? What are you doing? What is it worth to you? Like, do you love it or do you need to change it up? But does it solve a problem? Does it make money? Does it save money? Those are kind of the big things. Like everything I think of, does it make money? Yes, obviously. You're getting deals. Is it saving money? Yeah, because I mean, I guess if you didn't do anything and had no deals, it wouldn't be worth doing. But and obviously it works for you. It works for what you do because you are a master people person. Um, it sounds like, and master networker and bringing people in. So keep doing, like, what is on the verge for, you know, the next 1-2 year goal? You want to step up doing more, you want to get bigger crowds, you just keep doing what you're doing, and consistency is key. So just keep racking them in that way. Or where do you
Yeah.
want to take it to with teaching or training or more events, bigger events, anything like that?
I, do more of them, obviously, right? Consistency is key. I also do social media. I try to be somewhat consistent with social media, and that's also part of my brand. People recognize me from social media. I'm a big fan of the content from like Amir and Renee Rodriguez, Amir Sayed, Renee Rodriguez, these guys, excuse me, and Gary Vee and all these guys that are master teachers and networkers and speakers. I could only dream to be somewhere even this much close to where they're at today. But the biggest thing is, yes, I would love to have 100 people in front of me and I host this event and I have a great speaker come in and I have, somebody that comes in and teaches how social media can change your life and bring in more leads and using AI and all these things. If you're gonna invest in your business and go to these conferences, go have fun, do all the things, that's great. Please go do that. enjoy your time while you're there. But if you don't implement one thing, so the last conference we went to in July, we kind of discussed like, what are your nuggets, right? What are your 3 nuggets? If you don't come away from this conference with at least 3 nuggets that you're going to implement in the next 30 days, then why did you go?
Yeah. And I'll tell you right now, too, 95% of those people do go for that reason. They don't go there with the intention of, I'm coming away with these nuggets that I'm going to implement and apply to my life. They go there like, I need to get away from my life for a minute. I'm going to
For
pretend like
sure.
I'm going there.
But I feel
that
like the
5% of people can take it to the next level.
100%. But I feel like the hosts should put more emphasis into that, not just rah, play good music, great vibes. It was a great conference, cool vibes the whole time, the music and all the things, the entry music was, it's like kind of like a little mini concert, but it's like mention it multiple times on both days. Like implement what you're learning today. Maybe after every speaker, implement what they just taught you. If whatever they just taught you, one little thing that this person just came up here on the stage and taught you resonated with you, write that down.
That's good mentorship, by the way, because and it's also a trending topic, by the way, for people to do that, because over the last 6 months, I've seen a lot of these people I follow or mentors I have where they say, stop watching my videos, stop listening to me, go do it. You've watched enough, get out of here. Like, it's almost like the takeaway sales strategy. Like, I don't want you to look at me anymore. Don't talk to me, go do it. But honestly, that's something we should be doing. We shouldn't have to be told to do it. We should be doing that anyways. That's the whole purpose.
Which kind of goes back and forth. It's always going to be a work in progress. And that's what I try to stress to my team is it's always going to be a work in progress. And if you're the type of person that does not want to try new things, then we're probably not the right team for you.
I'd love to chat more about this stuff on or off. Call me anytime. Obviously, we can keep doing that. Send me the mastermind link. I'll join in. And if I don't give any good value, then you just kick me right on out. How about that?
No, you'll just stop showing up.
Yeah, there you go. I've done that on a few. I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
On to the next. If you don't get anything out of it, don't show up.
Yeah. Doesn't mean somebody else isn't, right? So.
Correct. But yeah, man,
awesome,
thank you.
Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for talking.